place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find that's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 today could be the day. Today could be the day.
24 Ford Explorer Limited, $37,990. 24 Ford Ranger Raptor 4x4, just $56,940. 23 Lincoln Aviator all-wheel drive, $48,993. Ravenler Ford, your hometown team, delivering pre-owned vehicles you can afford.
It's time for Wake Up with Witcher. Here's meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center.
Well, good morning. Happy Hump Day, everybody. It is Wednesday, February 4th, and it is a foggy, snowy, dreary, drizzly, damp start to the day. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here. I'm just letting you know what the weather's doing outside. Actually, I want to take you back outside here for just a second. We started the show off with this. This is a live look in Corrington here at this hour, and you can still see how folks still have snow on the ground. And believe it or not, there is, yes, another chance for some light snow showers as we head through the late evening and overnight hours. That may present some issues on the roads tomorrow morning due to the fact that road temperatures come on down, air temperatures come on down. It's going to be a chilly Thursday, but it doesn't last very long. And if you haven't heard by now, there is a nice warming trend on the way. For those of you that want some 60s, it may be on the forecast, on the 7-day forecast. So we're going to highlight that coming up. And I'm going to break everything down hour by hour, talk about those road temperatures, air temperatures, the timing of how this all plays out. But I think what you see out there this morning is pretty much what we're going to have for the majority of the day until those temperatures start to come on down and we'll start to cool off once again. All right, I want to start you off with a live look at the roadways here this morning as we take a look at 40 and Strawberry Plains. Again, that is the day that we're dealing with. So we do have a dense fog advisory in place until 9 o'clock this morning. We've had some very low visibilities, especially along the I-81 corridor up towards Tri-Cities. So again, some of you may slow you way down, so you might want to give yourself a little extra time here to get the day started. But of course, it is Wednesday. So we've got to say good morning to our good friend, Ed Rupp.
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we're sliding all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shot.
And happy birthday to Dad today. It is Krista's daddy's birthday today. So happy birthday to Dad. All right, and we'll be celebrating birthdays and events once we get into your national holidays. I want to start you off from with the almanac from yesterday. We made it to 42 degrees. We were a little bit below forecasted. I think I was forecasting. I don't even know where my sheet is right now, but either way, let's see. I was forecasting 43, so pretty close. After a morning low of 18, we had 25 degrees for a morning low in Chattanooga, and Tri-Cities had a morning low of a whopping 10 degrees. Now those morning lows are going to start to gradually climb. Here are your weather headlines. All right, so dense fog this morning, light rain, some mild temperatures considering, right? It's all relative. Today we're going to have overcast, hazy skies, probably some light fog that may just stick around through the mid-morning in some locations. It's just going to be a gray day. Some drizzle, some mist, maybe a stray passing shower here or there. And then as we get into the evening hours, that's when the colder air starts to settle on in. And we're going to see some of this moisture with an upper level disturbance kind of spark off some light snow showers around the area. And that may, again, present some icy conditions as we get started on our Thursday morning. And then another disturbance heads our way, a little clipper system Friday into Saturday that may also bring us another chance for some light snow. So for those of you that are wishing and hoping and praying for some warmer temperatures, stick with me, my friends. Stick with me. It is on the 7-day. All right. No, despite the fact that temperatures are running about 5 to nearly 25 degrees warmer this morning, it's still cool or chilly, but mild. Again, considering we've got some 40s across the Southern Valley, the Northern Valley, Tennessee, Kentucky border, Upper East Tennessee, Tri-Cities coming in at 34. We're at 33 in LaFollette, 32 in Scott County, as well as Fentress County. So a little bit chillier along the Northern Plateau. All right, so your forecast for the day today, temperatures are going to stay fairly steady, right there in the mid-30s. I don't think we're going to budge much in those temperatures. And then as we get into the evening rush hour, temperatures start to come on down close to freezing. So in the valley locations, we could see maybe a little bit of a wintry mix that will switch over maybe to some light snow showers. So let me break it down. Here's your futurecast model. We pick up our timeline this morning. Again, not really showing much in the way of precipitation. But, listen, with all this moisture and drizzle and stuff like that for you folks on the Cumberland Plateau, you may have a little bit of a wintry mix early this morning or maybe some light freezing drizzle. But as we get into the evening rush hour, here comes that upper level wave and trough, dropping our temperatures and elevating our snow chances. So some of you are going to be seeing snow. Not everybody, but some of you are going to start to see some snow as the sun goes down for the evening rush hour, dinner, and bedtime tonight. And I know the kids in Knox County are out of school again here today, so we'll see what Knox County does for the day tomorrow. They better not cancel Friday. My kid's got a field trip on Friday that he's really looking forward to. Overnight tonight, the snow machine comes to an end. Okay, so I think the snow is probably going to pick up, I'd say anytime after about 4 o'clock today across the plateau and then shift its way into the valley for the evening rush hour and maybe just last through about 2 o'clock in the morning, at which point we start to lose a lot of that moisture source and we'll lose that chance for some light snow. But when we look at total liquid precipitation, how much moisture can we precipitate out of the atmosphere over the next 24 hours? This gives us a good idea of where we need to concentrate on, okay? And notice the I-81 corridor, the mountain counties, that's where we have a little bit more enhancement of precipitation. So let me switch over to the snowfall product, and you'll be able to get a better idea of who has a chance for a light coating of snow. This is not going to be a big snowmaker, my friends, but it could present some issues early Thursday due to road temperatures and air temperatures. Now, I think for the Northern Plateau, Fentress, Scott, maybe Campbell, and Claiborne County, some light snow, a little coating is possible. Upper East Tennessee, a light coating is possible as well. Maybe adding up a little bit more across parts of the mountain counties. The highest peak's probably about 1 to 2, although some models indicating a little bit more with a strong northwesterly flow. But right now, I'm going 1 to 2, and of course, nobody really lives up there, so not a big deal there. But if you do travel Interstate 40, you may run into that into the evening and overnight hours. So if you're a trucker driving over into North Carolina or coming back into Tennessee from North Carolina, you may have to contend with some light snow. A light coating of snow down from Loudoun County, Blount, Sevier, parts of Knox, Jefferson, Granger, even Cock and Greene County. So that is the point of the story. So let's talk about the classic horseshoe because that really sets up the stage. So let me go back to the snowfall forecast. But a lot of folks ask about the horseshoe. What is this horseshoe thing you keep talking about, Witcher? Because we have a lot of new people joining the platform every day. We have, Knox County, Knoxville anyways, was named the #1 place to move to in 2026. So we have a lot of new people coming into town and they're looking for weather information. Where do I find the greatest, best weather information? So if you like this platform, make sure that you share that with them. But the classic horseshoe, you can clearly see that with the snowfall. So when you look at it, it's just based on terrain. So we have higher terrain across the plateau, Tennessee, Kentucky border, Upper East Tennessee, and the Smoky Mountains, obviously. So that's really where we get our greatest potential for some light snow showers when these systems kind of come in from the north and northwest. So let's pick up our timeline with road conditions. 7 o'clock here tonight, likely just to see wet roads, okay? But maybe starting to get to some more elevated snow-packed roads or coating. Again, not a lot of snowfall. This is not sledding snow by any stretch, but it is going to be probably a little bit of an impactful snow because we may have some snow on the ground. Not for everybody, but some of you. And when you get into tomorrow morning, our road temperatures here by 7 o'clock will generally be above freezing, but now here comes that colder air. Road temperatures come on down. Any snowfall that's still falling between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning could present that issue. And that's why I think that we could have some icy roads early Thursday morning in some of those outlying counties. So teens and 20s for forecast low temperatures. That's going to be a much colder start to our Thursday morning, and then we'll gradually warm up. But remember, I said we have another clipper system heading our way as we get into our Friday, Saturday. That's going to race in from the north and northwest. Here it comes, and it may produce a little bit of light snow in that northwesterly flow pattern, again, across the classic horseshoe, basically, of East Tennessee. Probably not going to see a whole lot in the valley, and I don't think that we're going to have a whole lot of precipitation or moisture anyways, but just something to kind of keep in mind. That would be Friday into Saturday. But then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, can I get an amen? Oops, wrong button there. A ridge bolds. I forgot the I. Don't worry about that. My computer does not have spell check, and I don't know why. In 2026, my weather computer doesn't have spell check, but beyond me, to be honest with you. But a ridge builds, which equals warmer temperatures across much of the southeastern U.S. So let's take a look at that all-important 7-day forecast. Well, it's going to be chilly today and tomorrow. We're back to those seasonal averages as we get into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, Saturday a little bit cooler. Average high is 50. We're back to 50 on Sunday. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've had temperatures at average. And then we trend above average as that ridge builds in. Monday, Tuesday, look at those temps. We could be pushing 62 degrees by next Tuesday. So for those of you that have done the snow dance because you wanted the snow, then we got the freezing rain, and then we got the snow, and now we're looking at more snow tonight, maybe again on Friday night, stop it. Stop it. I know a lot of us are getting tired of it. It's funny how, it's funny how human nature works. Being a meteorologist, I see how human nature is, what we're like, right? So you're wishing for snow. We didn't get the snow for and we got freezing rain. So yeah, Debbie Downers on that one, I know. And then we got the snowfall. And now all of you are going, okay, enough. See what I'm saying? It's just human nature to complain about something. That's okay. And the weather we can complain about because we're never happy with the weather. It's too hot, too cold, too snowy, not snowy enough, too dry, too wet, too windy, not windy enough. You just can't win, right? Anyways, good morning, Deborah. Not good today. Didn't even make it out of my driveway. The car slid into a ditch this morning. Oh, Deborah, I am so sorry to hear this. This is not good news. And again, as you clearly saw with places like Corrington, we still have quite a bit of snow, and it's muddy and it's gross out there. It's damp, it's soggy. It's just going to be a dreary and gross day. It's Josh's birthday today. Happy birthday, Josh. What's up, buddy? We need to celebrate. He gets to play with my kids every once in a while. We need to go celebrate for sure. Good morning, Bonnie. How are you this morning? Yeah, Jess says, watch out for the slush. It is slushy, gross, and muddy, and just one of those days. Ugh, I'm telling you. Chris is like, yeah, bring on the 60s. I'm trying, my buddy. I'm trying. We're working hard to get there. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Eva. Any questions out there? Good morning. I'll take these temperatures over what we had a couple of days ago anytime. Thankful that most of the snow in Paris,ville is leaving, and I sure hope you have a great day today as well, Tammy. Let's see. It's for those of you that don't know about Ed Rupp, who I aired at the beginning of the show. He was a big traffic guy that I worked with for years, and now he's a part of my platform that we air every Wednesday. Vivian's ready for spring. Can't make me stop dancing. Jess, stop dancing. Stop it. Actually, I could use more snow too. I'm okay with the snow. But the gross rain, I could probably do without that. Yesterday was just a gross day, you know? You actually like it. Even rain sometimes. Every day is a good day. I like that. The glass is half full. Make your glass half full as well. It's your birthday too. Happy birthday to Amy. What are the plans for the birthday people today? Birthdays are a great thing. I need Thursday to be good, so I'm going to be on a plane, hopefully. Oh, you'll be fine. No issues there. But again, just kind of check in with me tomorrow morning, depending on your flight, and we'll check in and see how those roads are. And it always is beneficial when you all report on social media what your roads look like as well. And I'll be talking much more about that here tomorrow morning. All right, let's get to work with those national holidays. It is 7:43. We do have a dense fog advisory in place until 9 o'clock this morning, but it's going to be overcast and gray throughout the day. Here's a live look in downtown Clinton, Anderson County. So not too bad there, not nearly as foggy, but I think that's what we're going to see throughout the day. Some haze, some fog, overcast, gray, dreary and damp all day, my friends. Headed to Highlands, North Carolina. That is awesome. That's a great place, by the way. You'll send some pictures of the course. We are closed. Too soggy. It's at the golf courses. And I don't know about you, Lee. I know you're a diehard golfer, but this is just too cold for me anyways. We'll take one more live look at the interstate system for those of you traveling out and about here this morning. Then we'll get to work with those national holidays. That's a live look at 40 and West Hills through Central Knox County. Looks like we have an issue there with, here comes what is that? Let's see what that is. Ambulance, fire truck, TDOT truck. What is it? Ambulance, maybe. Looks like an ambulance. Hard to tell from those cameras sometimes. All right, let's talk about the national holidays. Of course, we're celebrating birthdays and events, and we've been celebrating Amy and Joshua here this morning. And today is also National Sweater Day. Had I known it was National Sweater Day with temperatures only in the 30s today, I would have worn a sweater this morning. Because this is definitely sweater weather, my friends. All right, today is National Hemp Day. We're also National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Big shout out to you ladies. Love it. From the Lady Vols to the amateurs and, of course, the Olympics. The Olympics starts, Friday, I think it is, right? The opening ceremonies. Can you believe we're already talking about the Olympics already? And so we'll be highlighting some forecasts for Spain and Europe due to the Olympics. All right, so today is National Homemade Soup Day. I will tell you, I love soup. Soup is like hands down one of my favorites. Of course, grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup is like my all-time favorite. But some of the two soups that I make usually on a yearly basis. My wife was asking me to make it the other day, but we still don't have a kitchen. So when our kitchen gets built, it may be too warm for soup, I suppose. But I make a homemade cream of mushroom soup it's my dad's recipe. My dad was a big cook. And so I grew up cooking. And so that's why I'm a big cook. That's why I can't wait for my stupid kitchen to be ready to go. Nothing against the contractors doing a great job. But yeah, it's just been a long time. Anyways, so mulligatawny soup, cream of mushroom soup. Of course, I do make chili. I guess that's technically a soup too. So I make those. Mulligatawny soup, if you've never had that, by the way, it is amazing. And today is National Create a Vacuum Day. Okay. And today is National Thank a Mail Carrier Day. Thank your mail carrier. My kids have put out a basket on our front porch. Now, of course, the mailmen and women don't typically come up to the house unless they have packages to deliver to the front doorstep because they won't fit into your mailbox. They have put out a basket of food and water, granola bars and whatnot for all of the delivery drivers that show up to our house. Now, they don't show up at our house all the time. We're not ordering Amazon every day. But just like you, we do have packages shipped to the house, more on a regular basis. I think that's just the way we are in this world. All right, let's talk about weather history. In 2011, a winter storm settled 4 to 6 inches of snow in northern Texas, including Dallas. Just days before the Super Bowl between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers, which, of course, they're used to the snow and the cold, so I think that was appropriate for a Super Bowl there. In 2007, let's see, Kahului reports a minimum temperature of 54 degrees, a daily temperature record for that date. In 2004, 7 and less than a half inches of rain, over 7 in Pinson, Alabama. Set an all-time record for 24 hours in that town. In 1990, a winter storm produced heavy snow in the northeastern U.S., with snowfall totals up in Maine, upwards of 13 inches. In 1989, 24 cities in the south central and northwestern U.S. reported new record low temperatures, upwards of 14 degrees below zero in Boise, Idaho. In 1988, a winter storm produced heavy snow in the upper Ohio Valley. To New England with upwards of 12 inches, a foot of snow in Vermont and New Hampshire. In 1987, gales lashed the northern Pacific coast and the coast of northern New England. A storm in the central U.S. produced 5 inches of snow in Rapid City, South Dakota. And in 1961, the third great snowstorm of the winter season struck the northeast of places like Cortland, New York, received 40 inches of snow. And today's daily quote, jazz will endure just as long as people hear it through their feet instead of their brains. I like that one. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. That's a great daily quote. That's by John Philip Sousa, an American composer. In 1997, Mario Lemieux from the Pittsburgh Penguins scored his 600th national NHL goal during the 719th game. In 1977, American Bandstand celebrated its 25th anniversary on ABC. Special hosted by Dick Clark. In 1936, radium E became the first radioactive substance to be produced synthetically. In 1824, J.W. Goodrich, this is a good one for a day like today or even yesterday, introduced rubber galoshes to the public. What would we do without our rubber galoshes? In 1789, electors unanimously chose George Washington to be the first president of the United States. That was in 1789. And in 1783, Britain declared a formal cessation of hostiles with its former colonies, the United States of America. The more you know. Let's take you back outside. We'll show you what it looks like. Downtown Gatlinburg still has quite a bit of snow on the ground and the rooftops. That's a live look in downtown Gatlinburg. The roads are wet, though. There are no travel issues. A lot of snow has been rained off or melted off across the rooftops. But again, this snow is just sticking around, isn't it? All right. By the way, if you're looking for something to do on Saturday, hoping for no snow on Saturday, it's not going to cause any issues, Felicia. But I'm missing markets, and we do have one at Tea and Treasures, 11 to 4. We always like to celebrate and recommend events that are going on around East Tennessee. Come out and see us, especially for anybody who has cabin fever, if you can get out of your neighborhood. Let's see. Substance such as, this is Mike, by the way. He says, good morning, Mike. Is fog just ground clouds? And if so, are there any other weather happenings that have different names based on situations? That's a great question. Yes, a fog is a cloud on the ground because you get condensation at the ground. It's when our temperature and our dew point come together. And so a lot of times we get fog on clear skies after rain events because when you have clear skies, it allows our temperatures to cool down. And remember, our temperature can and never will fall below our dew point. You know, we talk about relative humidity a lot in the summertime and whatnot, but relative humidity is relative based on temperature, right? So if our dew point is, say, 40 and our morning low is 40, you could have fog, right? You have saturation. You have, and then as the temperatures come up throughout the day, and say we warm to 70 or 80, and our dew point stays at 40, which it typically does. Dew points don't fluctuate as much as like temperatures and whatnot. At least, ahead of cold fronts, of course, dew points surge, but generally speaking, they don't change a lot throughout the day. And so then our relative humidity would be 100% when our dew point and temperature are 40, but as the temperature climbs, our relative humidity goes down. It's an inverse relationship. Let's see, what other weather situations? Of course, now you got me thinking. We have inversions, of course. So we get steam fog, radiational fog. There's different kinds of fog. You know, sometimes on those, muggy summer days, when you get a good solid rain, the rain cools the air down because it's coming from aloft. And sometimes when the sun comes back out, and you know how sometimes you see that fog, that's associated with that same sort of situation. I don't know. You got me thinking about that, Mike. I can't think of anything necessarily off the top of my head. But, all right, let's see if we have any Witcher's pictures to share with you. I know we've had a slew of them coming in over the last couple of weeks, really. And, okay, here's one from Lee. Lee said he was going to send one of the golf course. Yeah, this makes sense, Lee, why the golf course is closed. Because A, you still have snow on the golf course. B, we had the rain showers yesterday. And C, it just looks like a muddy mess. And you got to keep those golf courses running smoothly. So again, we are going to continue. I think that's about all we have here this morning. So we're going to wrap things up this morning. Let's see. Anything else going on? Let's see. Yep. I heard 60 plus next week and maybe even warmer above and beyond the 7-day forecast. So we'll see how that plays out. We're going to cue the music and wrap things up here this morning. Big shout out to Ray with Ray Varner Ford. He's the sponsorship of this morning. Of course, you can see all the local sponsorships in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. that keep this platform running free for you. And a lot of new sponsorships come to the East Tennessee Weather platform, so I hope that you can support these local sponsors because they keep us, allowing me to keep this free for you. And of course, they live here as well. They are community members just as much as you and I. It's the big corporate guys that don't live here. You know what I mean? It's your very first V-Day date. Nice. I don't even know what that means, but I didn't catch the rest of it. Every Saturday at Air at American Bandstand. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Lenore City for snow, maybe a light dusting. Not expecting much for Loudoun County. We'll see how it all plays out, but I think it's going to be more along the I-81 corridor, the classic horseshoe, foothills, mountains, plateau, Tennessee, Kentucky border, and Upper East Tennessee by Tri-Cities. Let's see. My brain is doing that math calculations meme, trying to understand Mike's expertise in dew points, fog temp, and relative humidity. It's just an inverse relationship, okay? Temperatures and dew points. Temperature will never fall below the dew point. The closer the temperature and the dew point are, the more fog we have, the better chance we have precipitation. That's why when I look at that and I look at the atmosphere like on a day like today, that's why I think it's going to be overcast, gray, dreary, and damp, and maybe some fog and mist throughout the day because we've got a saturation basically below about 5,000 feet in elevation. So we've got close dew points and temperatures. Sorry, didn't mean to make you get that brain going too soon. Too fast this morning, Jess. Anyway, share your photos with me on the East Tennessee Weather platforms, the East Tennessee Weather app. Don't forget to download it. A lot of you, I literally had somebody yesterday at a meeting said, I follow you on Facebook, I watch you on Facebook, but I don't have the app. If you are on Facebook this morning, do me a favor. Go to your app store. Search East Tennessee Weather. You'll see it all over my platforms. There's QR codes. Just search East Tennessee Weather on your app store and download it today if you like this platform because it helps the platform grow. Plus, the app just gives you everything you need to know for us here in East Tennessee. It's your one-stop shop. Clear, concise, easy to use. No nonsense weather, all the time. Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short.
In front of an army, shoes in the mud and the wet paint twists and turns up the alley, just like it should. So your colors, they start, and it's stripping you